Parenting doesn't end when the sun goes down, says Melanie Darnell, social media influencer and mother of 3. This is especially true when it comes to the sleepless nights that many new moms experience. But 10 months of exhaustion led Melanie to conduct an experiment to find out exactly why she wasn't getting the break she so desperately needed. It didn't take long for her to photograph herself at night and discover the surprising reason behind her overwhelming fatigue. Melanie, a mom of 3 and blogger from Los Angeles, shared her battle with fatigue after giving birth to her 3rd child. Little did she know that she was not alone in this predicament. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and click the notification bell for more amazing stories. A study by Owlet Baby Care found that nearly half of the parents involved got less than 3 hours of sleep each night. Even more troubling, only 5% of parents got a full 8 hours of sleep, highlighting the widespread prevalence of sleep deprivation among parents. Parental sleep deprivation is widespread, with many parents getting less than the recommended 8 hours of sleep a night. A study by Owlet found that 30% of new fathers admitted to falling asleep at work due to sleep deprivation, 21% in a parked car, and 11% in the shower. Mothers are also facing challenges, with some babies only sleeping when they are held, leaving mothers sleep deprived. Blogger Melanie decided it was time to address this issue and find a balance between rest and childcare. Get to work. Driven by a desire to help herself and her fellow mothers, Melanie embarked on a self-experiment to examine her sleep complaints. One night, she set up a Nest Cam above her bed and filmed her struggle to sleep. On the night of her experiment, she went to bed at 10, seeking some much-needed rest after a hard day of parenting. However, what happened that night was beyond her expectations, and the truth behind her trouble sleeping was soon revealed. Melanie's Nest Cam experiment reveals her relentless cycle of sleep deprivation. Shortly after lying down at 10, she was joined by her 10-month-old baby, and she couldn't sleep without his soothing presence. However, her baby's sleep did not last long, and Melanie's own rest was constantly disturbed. At 1, they were joined by their 2-year-old daughter, who was suffering from an ear infection. Melanie was finally able to get her 2-year-old daughter back into her bed early in the morning, but at 6, she was woken up by the baby again. Melanie's video footage provided a clear explanation of her ongoing sleep struggles. Melanie's video footage helped refute her sleep problems, which were attributed solely to parenting difficulties. But the camera experiment was prompted by concerns raised by Heather Blow's disturbing experience. This disturbing incident comes on the heels of a disturbing video recorded by a family in Pennsylvania. In Pittsburgh, Jerome and Ashley Kennedy realize that the strange noises they hear in the night are actually their neighbor, Robert Havrilla, secretly watching them. The Kennedys were a normal family with a 10-month-old daughter, but this shocking revelation took them by surprise and highlighted the disturbing nature of their seemingly reserved neighbor's actions. Noise from the ceiling. In 2017, the Kennedys began experiencing disturbing events, including strange noises and lights coming from pipes in their bedroom. Jerome Kennedy, distressed by these phenomena and concerned for the safety of his family, decided to install a camera in his bedroom. With their 10-month-old daughter sleeping nearby, the Kennedys set out to discover the cause of the strange phenomenon. After setting up a camera, Jerome's suspicions were confirmed when he was shown footage of neighbor Robert Havrilla secretly observing the family. Havrilla had entered the house through ventilation holes, including by removing insulation from the ceiling above the bedroom. Jerome became convinced that Havrilla was spying on his wife, baby, and himself, causing palpable fear and distress to the Kennedy family. Havrilla had facilitated movement from her house to the Kennedy house through a removable wall between the two houses to allow easier access to the Kennedy house's attic. In the footage, Havrila is armed with a drill and a light, and she enters the Kennedy family's attic, presumably through an open wall. The presence of light in the attic confirmed Jerome's earlier observation of a light coming from above, further solidifying his suspicions about Havrila's intrusion. Havrila spent about 30 minutes observing the vent area above Regan's crib and her parents' bed, then returned to the adjacent property. Jerome was not satisfied with the possible evidence he had captured and continued investigating his neighbor's actions. To protect his privacy, he discovered a hole in the shared wall between the two houses and covered it with tissue paper to prevent further intrusion. Havrila, who discovered the hole and contacted authorities, was arrested on July 17, 2017, and charged with stalking and trespassing. But the Kennedy family's ordeal continued. Less than a month later, Havrila appeared in court with his lawyer, Anthony Jackson, who insisted his client had no malicious intent. Legal proceedings will determine the final outcome of this disturbing case. Havrila's lawyer, Anthony Jackson, suggested that the situation was innocent and would be clarified soon. However, the Kennedys vehemently objected, feeling that their privacy had been invaded. Jerome's wife, Ashley Kennedy, expressed her anguish and said she had no idea what was going on in their home, and she emphasized the seriousness of the situation and the invasion of privacy. The Kennedys expressed deep emotional distress over the invasion of their privacy. Jerome Kennedy said he felt violated and depressed by the destruction of the sanctity of his home, emphasizing the indescribable nature of the ordeal. Their lawyer, Jack Goodrich, also shared their concerns, expressing disbelief at Havrila's bold intrusion, calling it a horrific invasion of privacy, and stating that Havrila had been waiting for an opportunity to break into her home. Suggested that the Kennedys find themselves in a waiting game, hoping that justice will prevail. Their desire for their neighbors to face the consequences is understandable. In this difficult situation, their perseverance is not only a testament to their resilience, but also a reflection of their determination to ensure the well-being of their families. Thanks for tuning in to Spread Channel. Until next time, keep your imagination soaring.
Ha ha ha!